Right now, you are making a massive corporate decision. You open Claude or ChatGPT, type in your strategy, and ask, is this a good idea? The AI instantly replies with a brilliant, highly structured 5-point list of why your idea is a stroke of genius. You feel validated, you feel smart, you executed the strategy, and you fail catastrophically. Why? Because the Claude is a sycophant. It is mathematically designed to be agreeable. It reads your assumption, it analyzed your emotion framing, and it told you exactly what you wanted to hear. This is fine for drafting a polite email to your board of directors. It is absolute financial suicide for making a high-stake decisions. Before I give you the exact architectural blueprint to build automated LLM Council, a system that forces 5 distinct AI advisors to argue anonymously, peer review each other, and hand you a mathematically stress-tested verdict, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post daily videos showing you exactly how to navigate the global labor market using cold, hard engineering logic. You do not want to miss this blueprint. Today, we are moving past the illusion of AI validation. I'm going to show you how to execute a technique pioneered by Andrej Karpathy, the former head of AI at Tesla. Right inside your own terminal, we are going to spin up the first principle thinker, the expansionist, the outsider, and the executor. Grab a notebook. It is time to stop asking for permission and start architecturing our council. Welcome back. I'm Dr. HR. To understand why my approach to the artificial intelligence is aggressively different from the generic prompt hacker you see online, you must understand my underlying architecture. I hold a PhD in Human Resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TISS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in Computer Engineering. I do not look at AI as a magic oracle. I look at it as a structural algorithm of weights, biases, and prompt dependencies. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010, consulting for apex corporate entities, I see executives making a fatal error every single day. They treat a single LLM output as an objective truth. If you ask Claude, should I launch this product? It will give you 5 reasons why you should. If you open a new chat and ask, is this product a bad idea? It will give you 5 reasons why it will fail. Same product, different framing, completely opposite answers. To break this compliance loop, we must engineer synthetic disagreements. Let us break down the origin of the LLM Council, the 5 specific cognitive persona you must deploy, and the absolute necessity of the anonymous peer review. Phase 1. The origin of the council. The concept of the LLM Council did not come from a marketing blog. It came from absolute apex of AI engineering. Andrej Karpathy, a founding member of OpenAI and the former director of AI at Tesla, built a web app called LLM Council. His premise was simple but devastating to the status quo. Instead of asking one AI model a question and blindly trusting the output, you poll multiple frontier models simultaneously. You ask ChatGPT 5, Claude 3.5 Opus, and Gemini Ultra the same exact question. Then you force them to anonymously peer review each other's answer. Finally, a chairman model synthesizes the argument and delivers a final word. Karpathy realized that isolated AI models suffer from single-track hallucination. But when you force them to collide, the friction burns away the garbage. We are going to replicate this exact architecture, but we are going to do it entirely inside a single Claude environment by using sub-agent persona injection. We do not need 5 different models. We need the 5 distinct thinking styles applied to the exact same prompt. Phase 2. The 5 advisors. When you trigger the council, you are commanding the LLM to partition its cognitive bandwidth into 5 distinct persona. Each persona has a strict, uncompromising mandate. 1. The Contrarian. The Contrarian is your immune system. Its soul's directive is to find the fatal flaw. It assumes your idea is mathematically doomed. If your spreadsheet looks like solid, it digs into the hidden operational friction. It catches the this sounds great on paper, but have you thought about the localized UAE compliance law? Gaps that you skip over when you were blinded by your own excitement. 2. The first principle thinker. This advisor ignores your specific question entirely. If you ask, should we build this feature, the first principle thinker asks, what fundamental human problems are you actually trying to solve? It strips away your legacy assumptions and rebuilds the physics of the problem from the ground up. It prevents you from perfectly executing the wrong strategy. 3. The expansionist. The expansionist hunts for the upside you are too terrified to see. It asks, what adjacent opportunity is sitting right next to this constraint? If you are planning a small local marketing campaign, the expansionist asks why you are not licensing the underlying IP globally. It cures the blind spot of thinking too small. 4. The outsider. The outsider is programmed to have zero context about your industry, your history, or your ego. It responds purely to the raw data in front of it. It catches the curse of the knowledge, the technical jargon and internal corporate logic that makes perfect sense to your engineers but is completely invisible and confusing to your actual paying customers. 5. The executor. The executor is ruthless. It only cares about one metric. What do we do on Monday morning at 8 a.m.? If the expansionist proposes a brilliant, visionary 10-year plan, but there is no clear, actionable first step, the executor will veto it. It catches the brilliant strategy that has been absolutely no path to operational reality. Phase 3. The anonymous peer review. Generating 5 different perspectives is valuable, but it is not enough. This is where 99% of the multi-prompt strategies fail. If you just read the 5 outputs, your biological brain will suffer from confirmation bias. You will read the contrarian, ignore it, and cling to the expansionist because it makes you feel good. To break your biological bias, we must execute the anonymous peer review. After the 5 advisors generate their responses, the system anonymizes the data. It strips away the titles. Advisor 1 becomes response A. Advisor 2 becomes response B. Then the LLM reads all 5 responses side by side and must answer 3 brutal questions. 1. Which response is mathematically and structurally the strongest and why? 2. Which response possesses the most dangerous blind spot? 3. What did all 5 advisors miss? That third question is where the magic happens. When an LLM evaluates 5 distinct perspectives simultaneously, the delta, the gap between the arguments, reveal the hidden variable that nobody thought to mention. The friction between the persona generate a net new insight that a single prompt could never achieve. Finally, the chairman persona reads the peer review, synthesizes the data, and hands you a final verdict with one concrete executable next step. Phase 4. The real-world arbitrage, the product decision. Let us anchor this architecture in a real-world execution. A tech creator was building a new digital product about AI workflows. The obvious move, the move everyone in the industry does, was to record a massive, self-paced video course, build it once, sell it forever. Passive income. If he asked the Claude, should I build a self-paced course? Claude will have said, yeah, it scales beautifully and create passive income. Instead, he ran the first principal thinker destroyed the premise. It noted that AI tools change weekly. A self-paced course recorded in March is obsolete by May. You're selling a promise you cannot keep. The Contrarian attacked the metric. Self-paced courses have a 3% to 5% completion rate. That means 95% of buyers fails, leading to a bad review and a burned brand reputation. The executor ran the math. A polished course takes 10 weeks to produce. A live digital workshop takes 2 weeks to prep. Shift faster, gather data, iterate. The expansionist found the hybrid model. Do a live workshop, record it, sell the one production effort, twice the perceived value. The peer review synthesis. The peer review caught the ultimate insight. The contrarian's argument, terrible completion rate, and the first principal thinker argument, rapidly outdated software, actually solved each other. A live workshop forces high completion rates because people show up live, and it is always up to date because you are teaching the current version of the software. That combination is an impenetrable moat against competitors selling static courses. The chairman issues the verdict. Abandon the self-paced course. Execute a live workshop. He ran the workshop, 180 people signed up. It received 4.8 out of 5 stars. He avoided months of wasted production time because he forced the machine to disagree with him. Phase 5. What else to counsel? You do not use the LLM Council to decide what to eat for lunch. You use it for high-stakes, asymmetric decisions where the cost of being wrong is catastrophic. 1. Content and the corporate positioning. Should we niche our software down to just HR department or keep it broad for all B2Bs? The contrarian will stress test the risk of the market starvation. The expansionist will find the enterprise play hiding inside the niche. 2. Hiring and operations. Should I hire a full-time chief operating officer or build a custom AI automation suite? The executor will map the fastest path to deployment. The first principal thinker will ask if the current operational friction actually requires either solutions or just a better product structure. 3. Pricing and the market entry. Are we leaving the money on the table, or we are just pricing ourselves out of Dubai market? The outsider will ruthlessly evaluate whether your value proposition actually makes the mathematical sense to a CFO who has never ever heard of your brand. If you are at the fork in the road and you have been circling the decision for more than 72 hours, counsel it. If you already know the answer and you just want a digital pat on your back, skip it. The counsel is designed to tell you the cold, hard, uncomfortable truth. That is the entire point. Look closely at how you make the decisions. Are you actively seeking out friction, or are you surrounding yourself with yes men, both biological and digital? An AI that just agrees with your initial premise is not a tool, it is a mirror, reflecting your own biases back at you. It makes you feel smart while you walk blindly off a cliff. Stop asking for validation. Build the counsel, inject the persona, force the contrarian to attack your spreadsheet, force the first principal thinker to dismantle your assumption, run the anonymous peer review, and extract the hidden variable that nobody else can see. In the 2026 labor market, the executive who wins are not the ones with the best initial ideas. They are the ones who subject their ideas to the most brutal, uncompromising stress test before they even hit the market. Process the data, execute the counsel, and I'll see you at the top.